Hey again, guys. The name's Oscar, Oscar Q. This is kind of a part two to my review on Metal Gear Online. I played a very good amount today, and I believe I played some more last night. Yeah, I played more last night after the first review I put up. And this time I made a list, because in the last video there were a few things I forgot to mention that were also important to me. And after playing the day, I can kind of like reinforce everything I said yesterday. So here it is. One thing I forgot to mention, one thing that kind of bewildered me right away, is that I went to the create a match, okay, and then I'm going through the map options, and there's like four maps. There's like four or five at most. I didn't count exact. I'm pretty sure there's like four. Really? We're in three game modes. There's four maps and three game modes. We waited that long. It took an extra month of development after the game's release, and there's only four maps and three game modes. That drives me a little insane. I wasn't complaining about it right away because I mean it was finally here and I was gonna enjoy it. But this is a problem, kind of long term. Like they really need to come out with more content and material for the online portion of this game. Big time, big time. I mean, compared to other things like some guy commented in my last video mentioning the amount of online content for Grand Theft Auto, and even Call of Duty has more content. That's sad because I don't like Call of Duty very much. So let me get more specific now. Concerning the game modes, first of all, I already talked about how Cloak and Daggers was already extremely unfair because of the stealth camo being extremely useless. But aside from that, I want to talk about comm mode, the communications game mode, really quick. I've played some of that. I played some more today. That game mode is bad. It's my opinion. I don't like it. But this game mode encourages running and gunning. It encourages people to run back and forth across the map with assault rifles. And that's not Metal Gear. That's not Metal Gear type combat. It's supposed to be tactical, and you have people like running back and forth like the control point game mode from Call of Duty. And it's using it as a comparison, because that's what the game mode seems kind of like to me. It's a different in a way, because of how of what depends whether you lose or not. But it's kind of the same basic principle. You got to run back and forth and also defend these points. And let's say you're like, okay, I'm gonna be independent about this, and I'm gonna be tactical, and you pull out a sniper. Personally, I'm the what's it called, operator class sniper dude. I think that's what it was called. So, I've been finding like good sniping spots. I'll get up on some high rock or something. I'll scope in, I'll mark people, and this leads me into my next point. The sniping. Very bad. Okay, let's talk about the sway of the scope. I'm zooming in and the sway is all over the place. It's bad. It's too much. I'm not asking for it to be still. That would be ridiculous. Okay, but it's moving around way too much. Way too much. I cannot. And I snipe on every shooting game I play, I snipe. And so, I have some credibility in me saying that I'm pretty good at sniping, I've done it across 100 shooting games, and I've excelled at it. It's one of my favorite things to do in shooting games, snipe. And in this game, it's very difficult to get the fucking crosshair on someone. Sorry, but it's extremely difficult. And especially if they're running, there's almost no chance. Like the sprinting is pretty fast. These people can just get behind from cover to cover to cover. It's not going to work out. Even if they're staying still, which happened to me today. This guy was sitting on a D-walker across the map, and he had his back turned to me. I'm like, oh, let me try and take this guy out so he can't run around in circles and kill everyone else. And I was sitting there, and I had a good few seconds to make the shot, because he was staying still, watching some direction. And I was trying. I couldn't get it on him. I took a shot, and I missed. And then he ran off shortly after. The sway is too much. It needs to be slightly reduced. Now, if I do make a hit, let's say I make a body shot, it doesn't kill the person, unless they have super low health, luckily. Okay, and there's health regeneration, so again, very luckily. And now, let's say I get a second body shot on him right after. I've had plenty of moments where that still didn't even kill him. And that right there is also a problem. If I get 2 body shots with any sniper rifle, I expect the guy to be dead. Even Call of Duty and Battlefield get that right. And again, that's saying a lot. I don't like Call of Duty. Battlefield. I'm not going to get into that. And I'm not trying to compare those games to this game at all. But I'm just saying, people need to die in 2 shots. I can say that I've hit people in the head and they die instantly from the headshot. So sniper headshots work good. But I was with my friend sniping a lot today, and he was raging. He kept telling me about he was getting several body shots, more than 2, 3, 4. He was counting to me, and I was with him, so he wasn't bullshitting. And he wasn't getting kills, and I was spotting them, and I had an assault rifle, and I was shooting them too. Which leads me into my next point. The assault rifle accuracy. They took down the assault rifle sway. They changed it. They reduced the assault rifle sway from single player. In single player, the sway is pretty erratic. If you're trying to shoot somebody fully auto, it makes it kind of tough. You have to be very precise about it. In multiplayer, it stays quite stable, even when you're fully automatic. I've tested it out in free play. Just to back up what I'm saying, you can go do it yourself. It's pretty stable. And so this allows for what has happened to me and my friends a lot. We'll be across the map. Let's say I'm sniping, and I'll have a battle with a dude that has an assault rifle. And, well, to put it simply, the dude with the assault rifle outguns me. He has the advantage, because his gun is more accurate than my sniper rifle at long distance. And that can't be. Okay, this game, what I'm talking about, the assault rifle and sniper rifle accuracy, is completely defying realistic laws. And this is Metal Gear. This is the game of realism and tacticality, and it's just lacking, and it's killing me, because everyone's running around with assault rifles, blowing the hell out of each other, and it's just not. It's not Metal Gear material. It drives me crazy. Move on to my next point. I had a lot more instances of teleportation today. My friend was telling me too. People were moving around. He'd be shooting people and then they'd pop up in some other location. I witnessed a lot more CQC clunkiness today. Again, I don't know whether to blame that kind of stuff on the bad connections or not, but it's seeming to be a little too consistent. My friend kept telling me how he went up to CQC someone, and he did. And then again, magically all of a sudden, he found himself on the floor CQC'd by the same person who appeared to be just fine. So stuff like that is driving me crazy. Last thing on my list right now is material penetration. Today, a few games ago, I was hiding behind a steel guardrail, and I was crouching behind it. I was in full cover, and a D-walker below me, because I was up on a wall. A D-walker somehow shot me through it, and not with the minigun. With if there was a minigun, I would have. I guess that would be justifiable, I suppose. But no, the D-walker pulled out his handguns, and he shot twice or 3 times at me through the steel, and I died. Now I know that's BS. I know that doesn't make sense. Stuff like that cannot happen. Other stuff regarding that same point. I've had a lot of instances where I'll be being shot at, and I'll dive behind cover, and I'm behind the cover, and then I'll die. Okay, this has happened a lot of times where I'm being attacked. I'll get to cover successfully. I'll jump down behind a mountain or jump out of the line of sight in some way, but then I'll still find myself killed, even a few seconds after. So that's not bad connection. There's something going on with either a death delay or some kind of desynchronization of what's going on between players, and that can't be happening either. That's all these things are they're really ruining the experience of what the potential of this game has. think that was about it for today. I would go back and kind of talk about what I was talking about in the last video, but that's kind of unnecessary. You can just go watch that again if you haven't seen it already. In my next video, I kind of want to talk about the positive things I found, because I don't want to bash the game. I don't want to be too negative on it. I really do want to bring these issues to attention in hopes that they get fixed. But I will also mention the positive things, the things I really admire about the online, the parts that I enjoy. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Oscar Q, out.